Hi friends, welcome back to the kitchen. Boy, it's been a long time since I've had a chance to do a live video. It's been forever, it feels like. So as you guys come in, let me know you're here, say hi, let me know where you're from if you're new to my channel. We're gonna make a delicious low carb recipe. I'm excited about this one. Doing some meal prep today for this next week for lunches for hubby and I. So I'm excited to get these going. If you guys are new to my channel, we are doing a more low carb lifestyle now this year. Tried doing it towards the end of the year, just ran into some bumps along the way. It was really kind of a hard end to the year for us. And I lost my mom in December, on December 13th. So she's been gone just a little over a month. And that was a little bit hard for me. And so just trying to stay on track with everything was just a lot. So we are getting back at it this year. I'm excited to have some incredible recipes to share with you guys. If you guys are doing a low carb, let me know what you guys are doing in the comments, what you're doing to stay low carb. But I've got all of my ingredients set out here ready to go, and we are going to get this moving because I don't like to make these live videos super long. Nobody has time to sit for 2 hours and watch a live video, so we're going to get it moving. I've got 2 pounds of ground chicken. You can use ground turkey, you can use ground beef if you want to, but we're going for a little bit lighter. So we're using ground chicken. I love it. I've got 1 zucchini that I grated up here, and I grated up a second one because I figured I was going to need a little bit more zucchini with as much chicken as I have. So I'm just going to get the rest of this put in here. This basically is a dump and go kind of recipe, so it's really easy to put together. So there's our 2 grated zucchinis ready to go. 2 pounds of our ground chicken. We're going to put that in here. As I said, this is meal prep for hubby and I this week. So I am making a pretty good sized batch of these. So there is our ground chicken and our zucchini. I've got some fresh parsley that we're going to put in here. And I am a firm believer in grating my own cheese. I don't know about you guys, but I grate my own cheese all the time. I much prefer fresh grated cheese than anything else. We're also going to put in 2 cloves of fresh garlic. I think fresh garlic gives you a much better flavor than powdered garlic or garlic, garlic salt, anything like that. I would rather have the fresh stuff myself. So we're going to put in 2 cloves of fresh garlic. So if you're just coming in, say hi, let me know where you're from. If you're new to my channel, I hope you will subscribe. Okay, so there is our fresh garlic, our zucchini, and our ground chicken is in here. I'm going to do some salt and some pepper. I love these salt and pepper shakers. If you don't have these, you need to. I am cooking some low carb chicken and zucchini meatballs for meal prep for next week. Hubby and I do low carb, and so this is a favorite of ours to do for lunches. Also going to put in a little bit of red pepper flakes. I love a little bit of spice. Hubby likes a lot. I like a little. So we go in the middle somewhere. We're going to put in a little bit of Italian seasoning just to give it a little bit more flavor. Probably about a teaspoon and a half of that because we have quite a bit of meat here. All right, I'm going to give this a little bit of a stir before I add my cheese. I'm using fresh grated mozzarella cheese. I would much rather have a fresh grated cheese than a prepackaged cheese. If you guys don't know this, prepackaged shredded cheese has a like a anti-caking agent that they put on it that is just, it's not good for you, and it doesn't do very good things for your cheese when you try to melt it. So I am just of the firm belief of creating your own. Like I said, I love this recipe. It's super, super easy to put together. Doesn't take a whole lot of time. I'm making a big batch just because we are meal prepping for next week for lunch. So this is our fresh grated mozzarella. I'm just going to put this in here and get it mixed in with everything. Like I said, this is basically just a dump and go. Hi, welcome. I know it's been a while since I've done a live, hasn't it? I wasn't thinking I was going to have time today, but I made time. I'm going to try to get back into doing lives on the weekends again. So hopefully I can make that happen. So I'm making a low carb ground chicken zucchini meatballs for meal prep for lunch next week for hubby and I. So I just want to get all this mixed in here really well. I probably should have had a bigger bowl. So if you're new around here, let me know where you're from. Would love to. Thank you. Yeah, these are going to be delicious. Hubby and I are going to love these. Low carb food does not have to be unappealing or untasty or anything like that. It can be absolutely delicious. All right, I think I got all of it in here now. Flung a little bit of zucchini, but we're okay. All right, I'm gonna get my cutting board out of the way real quick. All right, I'm gonna do a mixture of avocado oil and olive oil in here. And we're just gonna shallow pan fry these. You can bake them if you want to. That's right, this is new. I just find that sometimes baking them takes a little bit too long, especially when I'm doing a live video. It's a little bit easier to just cook them up. So I will cook up some on the stove so that you guys can see them when they're all cooked. And then I'll probably do the rest of them in the oven, because I really don't want to stand here for 2 hours and cook meatballs. All right, let's get our pan heated up and then we're going to get these cooked. They are going to be fantastic. I absolutely love these meatballs for meal prep. Hubby has them with a salad typically. I'll pack him a nice big salad in his lunch and we'll have these with it. I do intermittent fasting. So I do what they call an 18-6, which means I fast for 18 hours and I have a 6-hour eating window, which is usually from dinner time, the end of dinner time the night before, until around 12 or 1 o'clock the next day is when I break my fast. So I like to have lots of options of things to break my fast with. So I've shared the smoothies that I make when I come home. If I'm just not in the mood for anything heavy or just anything in general, I will just make a smoothie. I've shared that on my channel. I've shared the protein waffles. I just did those yesterday. If you haven't checked those out, go check out that video because those were fantastic. I made the whole batch and shared them with some friends from church last night. And I got a text this morning and she said they are obsessed with those waffles now. So I'll be making those again, I'm sure. So I don't bench. I have a back injury and I have knee problems. And so I go to the pool 5 days a week. That's where I work out. So we want our oil to just start to get a little bit of a bubble around the edge of the pan, and then we know we're hot enough that we can start putting our meatballs in. I'm going to grab my scoop. I think it's going to be easier. I love using a scoop when I am making meatballs. All right, I can hear it starting to sizzle, so we're gonna start getting a couple of these in here. So I like to scoop them with my scoop, and then I'm just gonna roll them with my hands, just to kind of get them in that meatball shape. I don't want them huge, but I don't want them really small either. I want them to be so that hubby can have about 5. That way I can just get them cooked really easy, not having them too big. So what's everybody up to today? Our weather is just too cold to be outside. We're in the low 30s today. So I've decided it was just an inside kind of day. This is a favorite recipe. We've made this one before, so I know that they're super good. I'm always looking for really good low carb recipes. So I'm probably just going to do one pan of these for you guys, let you see how they turn out, and then like I said, I'll end up doing the rest of these in the oven. The oven is a great way, especially if you're trying to whip these up on the weekend and you want to have them for meal prep. But if you've got other things to do on the weekend, you don't want to have to stand in the kitchen. All right, I'm going to give my hands a quick wash. All right, these need to cook about 4 or 5 minutes per side. I am making a low-carb chicken and zucchini meatball. These are meal prep for this week for us. Hubby and I do low carb. We both intermittent fast, do 18-6. And so I love having meal prep stuff ready for us. After I get home, I go work out at the pool 5 days a week. And so when I get home from the pool, I like to have some things that have some really good protein in them. Don't want to break my fast with a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs. So I try to have things that are really good for me. So this is one of my favorite things to make. On the weekends, make a big, huge batch, stash them in the fridge, and they're ready for me to heat up throughout the week. Since these in hubby's lunch, he loves having these with a salad. But they are super, super delicious. Best chicken barbecue recipe? I haven't really had barbecue chicken for a while. I'm pretty particular about barbecue sauces, and now that we're trying to cut out sugars and stuff, it's been hard to not have barbecue sauce. But that is a goal of mine this year, is to find a really good low sugar barbecue sauce. But it's really hard to find one that doesn't use horrible artificial sweeteners and that kind of stuff. I try to stay away from those things. You can see these are starting to get really nice and golden brown. Like I said, I'll end up doing one pan of these for you guys. We'll give it a taste, and then I'm going to do the rest of them in the oven on a sheet pan. Just put some parchment paper on it or some foil, and just throw these on there. Throw them in the oven at about 375 for about 20-25 minutes. Let them chill, let them cool down. Throw them in a Ziploc bag and toss them in your fridge, and they're ready for meal prep for the week. They also freeze really well. I've done these in big batches where I freeze some of them. If I have time to make a big, huge batch, I'll make a big, huge batch of these, and then I'll freeze part of them. If you don't want to do meatballs, you can do slider patties. You can make these flat and small and do a slider patty if you want to. And they are delicious that way as well. Hubby likes meatballs though, so this is one of his favorites. If you're new to the live, make sure you go hit the subscribe button. I'm sharing a full month of healthy recipes this month, 31 days of healthy recipes. I'm halfway through right now. So this is taking the place of today's video, is just doing the live of doing our meal prep meatballs for the week. I just shared some high protein, no carb waffles yesterday. Were super, super good. So if you haven't seen those yet, go check out my channel and look for the 31 days of healthy recipes. And it's the high protein waffles that I just did yesterday. I've also shared my high protein banana muffins that were super, super good. Sorry, I'm trying to delete some nasty messages while I'm trying to watch my food. I usually have a moderator, but she's not in here today, so I'm trying to do both. So if you guys are new, let me know where you guys are from. I see some regulars in here. I'm kind of rusty doing lives. I haven't done them for so long. As a lot of you guys know that follow me, I haven't done a live in quite a while. Life just got super busy and I just didn't have a chance to do them. But I'm going to try to get better about that this year and make lives a priority on Saturdays. Try to get back into doing that again. So you want to make sure these are cooked all the way through to 165. That is why I'm trying to cook these really slow. I don't want to burn them, but I also want to make sure that that chicken inside gets to an internal temperature of 165, which is fully done, safe to eat. What's everybody's weather like where you're at? As I said earlier, our temps are pretty cold here. Not as cold as some places, but we are still pretty cold. We have been all week. I think I'm going to grab a pair of tongs. Some of these are not wanting to cooperate. They're smelling super good though. Hubby's going to be super excited when he gets home tonight and sees that I got his meatballs all done for his lunch next week. As I said, these are definitely one of our favorites. The cheese just adds a little bit of extra protein to these. And if you missed it in the very beginning, I grate my own cheese just because I don't like adding that caking agent that they put in their cheese when they fresh grate it. No, this is not a Caesar salad. This is the meatball mixture. I love a good Caesar salad though. So I have my meat thermometer over here. I'll grab it. I'll be able to check the internal temperature of these to make sure that we're at 165 before we pull them out. And I am going to put them on a piece of paper towel just because I want to make sure that they are draining. I don't want all of that fat on top of my meatballs. So I just grabbed a plate, a couple of paper towels. I'm going to check the temperature of the couple we put in here earlier. Not quite. Almost there. The earlier ones that we put in there, those are almost ready. And you can see how easy these were. We've only been on here 20 minutes and I've got one batch pretty much close to being done. They probably have about another 5 minutes, and then this batch will be ready to pull out of the oven or out of the pan, let them drain. We will give them a taste though. I'm a firm believer in tasting the food that I make, but they smell super good. I just love the way that they look. Fried them in avocado oil, that's a really good fat. Olive oil is a really good fat. I let them rest for probably about 5 minutes or so just to let the temperature cool down on them, because I don't want to bite into them when they're really hot, especially with that fresh mozzarella cheese in them. That cheese is probably really going to be warm. But I think we're getting really, really close with a couple of these. If I'd had them all rolled out before I started cooking them, they would have all been done about the same time, but we didn't get them all in the pan at the same time, so, oh well, totally fine. Let's check this one. Okay, got several of these that are done. So I'm going to start pulling some of these out of the pan. Hi, Kaylee. All right, we're going to start pulling the ones out of here that I can tell that are ready to go already. There's a few that are still going to sit in here for just a few more minutes. That one's done. So I'm going to put these more in the center of the pan, get them to cook just a tiny bit faster. But you can see the ones here that I already got out of the pan. They smell delicious. Hubby is going to love these. Just want to get these last few cooked really quick. If you do have to end up frying something like this, make sure that you're using a good oil. Like I said, I'm using a really good avocado oil. I'm using a really good olive oil. This is my favorite olive oil right now. I watch several YouTube channels that use the Graza oil, and I absolutely love it. So the ingredients again is this recipe, when I'm making a double batch, it's 2 pounds of ground chicken, 2 zucchinis shredded up, 1 full ball of fresh mozzarella cheese grated up. I did a little bit of fresh parsley, some salt and pepper, 2 cloves of garlic, and some red pepper flakes. And that's basically all that is in this. So super easy, really, really low carb, no egg, no flour, no binders, nothing like that. Just super easy. All right, I'm going to give one of these a taste. Cut it in half. You can see the inside of it. You can see all the zucchini that's in it. Those are so good. I did. That's what I forgot to mention. I wrapped them up in paper towel. I grated them right into the paper towel and then rolled them up and let them just sit there for about 5 or 10 minutes and get all of that water out so they didn't water down the meatballs. Those are so good. Wow. Hubby is really going to be excited when he sees these. I love to cook at home. I love to cook. We hardly ever eat out because hubby is a firm believer in a bit. He would rather me make it cheaper and probably better than we can go out and eat it. So neither one of us are big fans of eating out. We don't eat out very often. But we do definitely enjoy trying new stuff at home. It's always fun to try new recipes. So we just eat at home all the time, and it's always worked out better. Hubby says he married me because I'm a great cook. When we first met, we've been together now 34 years, and he tells everybody that he was a super skinny guy, 130 pounds when we first met, and he's gained, I'm gonna say probably a good 30 pounds since we've been together. So anyway, he's definitely very well fed, very well taken care of, very spoiled, and he absolutely loves it. People at church are always telling him, I hope you know how blessed you are that you have a wife that likes to cook. Thank you, I appreciate that. So he definitely loves, he gets excited when he comes home, you know, what did you make tonight? Or he texts me in the afternoon, you know, what are you cooking for tonight? So he knows what's on the menu, and so he gets super excited when he knows that I'm cooking something. So I'm thankful that some friends of ours from church encouraged me to start this channel 3 years ago, and didn't have a whole lot of time to focus on it the last part of the year. I lost my mom in December. She passed away on the 13th, and I just kind of lost my motivation there for a little while until just here recently. And so just decided I needed to get back to it. And so I know that my mom would want me to continue with my YouTube channel. She was super proud of it, and super excited, loved watching my videos, and told everybody about it. So I guess I have to continue and keep it going for her. So I've decided that I'm going to get back to doing lives every Saturday moving forward into the new year. So hope you guys will stick around and join me for the lives as they start coming out on Saturdays. I'll be announcing it on my channel as well as on my Instagram. I'll post a thing on there probably on Thursday or Friday, and let you guys know what time our video is going to go live on Saturday, probably afternoon, if not morning. And it'll be something delicious every single week, I guarantee you. Thank you, I appreciate it. I have to get back into the habit of doing lives again. It's different when you're able to record them and then edit all your mistakes out, but when you're doing a live, it's totally different. So I have to get back into the habit of doing these. But I've got some really fun and exciting stuff coming up on my channel, so you guys don't want to miss that. So if you guys aren't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you guys a part of our YouTube family, and share my channel with your friends if you think what I'm doing here is something that they would love to see. Thank you, I appreciate that. I started cooking at the age of 2 with my grandma. She was my inspiration and would stand me up on a stool in her kitchen, and that's where I learned to love to cook, and I love to cook for people. So thank you so much. It's from the coast. I live in Oregon, and so my husband takes me to the coast every year for my birthday, and I usually get a birthday sweatshirt while we're over there, and this was last year's birthday sweatshirt. So thank you, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the sweet comments. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. So I'm assuming Biking, New Jersey, you're from New Jersey? My son lives in New York. Thank you, I appreciate that. You know, I don't really appreciate all of the nasty comments. That's the one thing I don't like about YouTube. Yes, we are all human, definitely, for sure. I need to get new glasses, apparently. I'm having a hard time reading the comments. You know, I wish everybody could just be kind, but it never happens. That's the one thing I forgot about YouTube. When I first started YouTube, it used to really rattle me when I used to get nasty comments, and I was like, really? You just have nothing else better to do with your day than to get on someone's channel and make nasty comments? So yeah, I usually have a moderator, but she's not on here today, so I do. I try to ignore it. That's why I just go up and delete it. Delete it and get rid of it. And if they do it again, then I block them from the channel. So it's not, I don't have to worry about them anymore. But YouTube is just so big that you literally could spend hours. It's heartbreaking. I follow a lot of channels. I've made a huge group of friends through YouTube since I started this 3.5 years ago. And I have a really good friend that has a channel. She's had a channel a lot longer than I have. But she cries to me just constantly that people are just so nasty and so mean when she does her lives. So it's easier when she doesn't do a live. She just does her regular filming and then doesn't have to worry about it. And I hate having to waste so much time like blocking people. It just doesn't help things. But anyway, well, friends, I am so glad you all joined me today. I'm excited. I hope you guys will subscribe and continue to follow my journey. Absolutely, yes, Jesus loves you. Absolutely. Hope you guys will follow my journey here on YouTube. Go check out the month so far of all the healthy recipes we've been posting. We're doing 31 days of healthy recipes this month. And then next month, we're starting a whole new journey. I'm super excited about it. I'm waiting for a couple more pieces to get here for us to start this new journey in the kitchen. So thank you for subscribing. This new journey in February is going to be incredible. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I've been doing a lot of research for it, so it's taken a lot of time. Thank you. I appreciate it. Go check out the waffles I did yesterday. Those were so incredibly good. Hubby had them this morning for breakfast with peanut butter on them, and he was geared up and ready to go out and work. So he said he's excited for me to make another batch of those. But they were super easy. All right, friends. Well, I think this is where we're going to end it. I try to keep my lives, 30 minutes just so, because I don't want to tie up people's days. We all have busy days, and I don't want to tie up people very long. So I appreciate all of you guys coming and checking out my channel today, checking out my live. I'll tell him, thank you. Yeah, so go check out my channel. Go check out what we've posted so far this month with all the stuff. And thank you so much. I appreciate that. I've got a bunch more coming out the rest of the month. And then don't forget the new series coming out in February that we're going to try. Got a whole bunch of new things coming out for that. And I'm excited to share that with you guys. So if you guys haven't yet, please hit that subscribe before you leave today. And share my channel with your friends and family. I would love to see my channel grow. It's been a lot of work to get to 1,700 subscribers, but I know that we're going to continue to grow, and I just really appreciate each one of you guys. So I hope you guys have a great day. Yes, God bless you too, and we will see you guys in the comments. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. By the way, tomorrow's video is a collaboration with another YouTuber, so you don't want to miss that. So make sure you're subscribed so you guys can check out that collaboration. It's at 4 o'clock Eastern time that video comes out. And it's going to be an incredible recipe. You don't want to miss it. So we'll see you guys tomorrow in that video. Have a great day, friends. God bless you. Bye.